Hey, my name is Keon Nixon from Go Get Entertainment here with Dizzy. I'm interviewing Tyree Izaiah on his new album, Smoke. Think about it, that's the truth. I'm worrying about my family and friends supporting me, but it's 8 billion on this planet. Why am I worried about them supporting me? Yeah, I want them to, but there's 8 billion people here. Like, if y'all don't support me, someone will.
That's a fact.
If someone don't want to hear me, someone will want to hear me. If someone don't like me, someone will like me. Somewhere, someone will like me eventually. Yeah. So I'm not out here to gain any recognition from you or any praise from you, because it doesn't matter. And I think how you're approaching it is completely fine.
Right.
If they don't want to support you, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they don't want to support you or reshare your stuff, fuck them.
And it is not personal. I still got you on the other account. I saw you got a baby. How mom doing?
Yeah.
I'm still like that. I'll still give you a hug, and you are still invited to barbecues. But you're not gonna be on my accounts just being like, did this nigga make it yet? Oh, it good. You're not gonna be on there doing that shit, bro. You either gonna be on there supporting, or you gonna not be there, because I just feel like that's just a logical thing. Like, or at least for me, me following you. Like, if you want to follow just to see what I'm doing, that's cool. I'm not gonna follow you back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, unless you do some cool shit I like. There's motherfuckers that don't follow me back, but you do cool shit that I fucking like. So I'm not. I don't care. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not following you to get a follow back. I'm following you because I like your art.
Yeah.
And that's what I want my community to be. Like,
you know. And how is that going for you? Like, building your community. I know, like, from meeting you about like a year and a half ago, and seeing, not a year and a half ago, about a year ago, and seeing how you was able to bring people together. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about that? You know, from when I met you, I would say, because I can only go from when I met you. I can't go from previous times because I don't know. But how do you feel from then, and bringing people together? How do you feel about that?
I feel good. I feel good about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's like my that's the main goal too. Like, to just bring people together. Like, so. Now I feel like I definitely got. I've reached certain goals that I set for myself, like the little micro goals.
Yeah.
I've reached those, and you know what I mean. I feel confident in what I do, and just not overthinking myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I remember you were saying something about your mother, grandmother.
No, you good.
And you said, you know, your childhood.
My mom awesome too.
Yeah, that's good too. From when you was a child, like your childhood stopped when your grandma passed away.
Yeah.
Why did it stop? Or what do you mean that it stopped? Like, why do you say your childhood stopped after your grandma passed away? And go a little deeper into that.
Because having to deal with that, I think even if you was 8 years old, you know what I mean? The second you lose something like that, it's, you know? Like, I just think it's like, it's just, you have to do certain things. You have to, nobody gonna make sure you good like a mom or a grandma would. You know what I mean? There's nobody that's really gonna really care about your emotions in that way. And I think when somebody doesn't have that, and they learn it themselves and they survive, they're an adult. Like, even if you're 10, and you can walk out here, and if something goes wrong, you can calm yourself and you can do that. You know what I mean? I think that's, because I think childhood is when you can just kind of run around off the walls, and someone's going to always, like, it's that emotional side, because financially somebody, you know, going to look for you, because kids can't work. But, like, as far as emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people are on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And do you think, like, that her passing changed you and made you better? Or in some cases made you worse? Because I know it's like passings can make people worse than better, or than better than for the worse.
It would make me better because I feel like they see everything I'm doing.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, before I could hide certain shit from you when you're alive.
Right.
Because I believe in spirituality, so when I'm alive, I can shut a door.
Yeah.
When you look at it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You see everything.
Or sometimes I believe it's more so in you than looking down. I believe it's like all that's in your consciousness. So if you're in my consciousness, you seeing what I'm doing. It's like metaphorically looking down. You know, you can see. You know when I'm, when you're talking to your girl, you know how you ain't supposed to talk to her. You know when you, angry at a job, or you know certain shit when you out of pocket.
Right. Yeah.
You know, niggas know when they out of pocket.
Yeah, they do.
And then if you can, in that moment, you gotta kind of put yourself back in pocket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I feel like it kind of made me better in that end, because before, when everybody that you respected and really cared about was alive, you just felt like you could hide certain things about yourself.
Okay.
But then I feel like when they pass, you can't. You know.
Yeah, and that's true for someone that lost like people. You know what I'm saying? I won't say I feel what you feel, but I understand it.
Right.
I think that's something that humans or people just don't understand sometimes. It's like you don't really have to feel the person, what they're feeling, but you can understand them. Like for me, like I understand you on like, nothing's better than a mother's love. You know what I'm saying? I love my aunts and stuff like that. So like, not saying my aunt treat me less than her kids. It's just that it's not always gonna be the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with that. It's really okay actually. It's just there's nothing wrong with
it's human.
It's just human nature. Like that those people came from you, so the care and the love was always going to be different than someone that's your sister's son or your brother's son or your nephew, daughter's son or whoever the case is,
or even your dad.
Yeah, you love them. Yeah, you always have stuff for you. Always gonna do things for them, even if you're doing for your kids and not do for your kids. You do for them. It's just the fact that, like you said, like that emotional attachment is not always going to be there because of you're just not the mother. It just that's
a fact.
it.
And even as us being men, when we have kids, like it's almost like we just waiting for the motherfucker to get here. Like when he get here, it's like, oh hey, what's good with you? But like for 9 months, she connecting with him, not us.
Yeah.
Like we see it and we there because we dealing with the physical aspect of it. Like, oh shit, she want this. All right, she tired as hell. All right, you dealing with that, but you're not really dealing. Like they're connected, literally, like connected. Like this shit is crazy. Nobody else on the earth will have that connection.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like even as a dad, I don't think I could love somebody the way. I'm sure you could, but you gotta wait till they get here.
Yeah, and I think for in that aspect, just to not get down too much into it, but I think from that aspect, I think it's just the roles that the people play.
Yeah.
Like the mother is just the nurturer by nature, and the dad is the protector by nature.
Yeah.
So the love is always going to be different. That's why you need both.
Yeah.
And you just kind of the mother can be the nurturer and the
Both is
protector,
tough.
and then the dad can be the nurturer and protector, but then they're always going to lack in something.
The thing about it, if you're a mad person, mom's got at least 9 months more love for you than anybody else. You know what I mean? That's just a fact.
This man 9 more months, bro.
That's
I mean, like, but like, that's not bro. Come on, bro. Like, all right. I said 9 more months. Like, what is that going fucking? All right.
I'm just saying, if you into numbers, if you into shit like that, it's literally numbers that back the shit.
Yeah, I mean, but never mind. I was gonna like, what happened? Like, everybody shut up. But like, because I would say something crazy. I be saying crazy shit. I ain't trying to say too much crazy stuff.
Yeah, edit shit.
Yeah. But I was going to. But that's interesting though. I want to know is there any lessons that your grandmother had taught you? I know, like, she's very impactful to you just from hearing you talk about it now, and our previous conversations that we had, working.
You know what she told? Life. Yeah, she told me she said you ain't gonna make it unless you make music for God, and I was tight, cause I'm like, I'm not about to be Kirk Franklin. I'm not tired tripping up this motherfucker. Hey. You know what I'm saying? I like grimy beats. I like ignorance. I like hard hip hop. So I was like, dang, what she mean by that? And then I started to listen to Bob Marley, and I literally didn't connect with this. I started to listen to Bob Marley, and I knew what she meant. You know what I mean? Like it was just like you gotta have that positive energy. Like you know what I mean? Something just positive energy, really. Like instead of just fucking bitches, and that shit cool, but that shit all sense. You know what I mean?
And I think from that aspect, she right in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't think no one.
But she was a pastor, just to give you some context.
No, that's even better. Like, what I'm saying? Like she's right in a sense. Because if you think about it, like the super greats, they all got some type of religion in their music. If you think about it, or they praise God in some way. That's what we can see on TV and what we see from them. Not saying that's what they actually do behind closed doors, but what they present to us is what it is. Like, listen to a lot of Kendrick Lamar stuff. He says he got a lot of religious ties in his music. J. Cole got some too, if you listen to his music. Drake don't have a lot, but he always praising God when he win awards and do stuff like that. A lot of some of the whole stuff do. Like Jay-Z. A lot of people don't know that because you don't really dissect the bars that they're saying. But a lot of it is tied into like they're not talking about God all the time, but a lot of it is, you know, they speak it from religious perspectives or are telling you, or tie religion in some way by, you know, using wordplay with John and Matthew, whatever kids like that. They mix some wordplays into it, or books or scriptures. Like they do that. So in a sense, she is right. Because if you think about it, good music is good music. Bad music is bad music. You put out what you want to attract. So if you put it out like fuck bitches, shoot people, all that other crazy stuff, what do you think is gonna happen to you?
Which I like that shit too. Though.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like, it's
I do
okay.
like the wild shit too.
Yeah, it's okay with some ratchet stuff every so often.
Chief Keef on my top 20.
I mean, yeah, Chief Keef is definitely up there. I'm not even gonna sit here and like front on that. Like, Chief Keef is the reason why a lot of these rappers even got a fucking lane. Like, to be honest with you.
But
like,
even Chief Keef was pure. You know, that's why I like Chief Keef.
Yeah,
he's pure.
Chief Keef.
He just made a song about things he doesn't like. I don't like this. I don't like that. Yeah. I love it. Like it's just like he's just one of the purest rappers that ever existed.
True. I remember we was talking about we was in Zoom. We was talking about greatest rappers of all time.
I still ain't. But you know what's crazy? I had Slick Rick #1, and you was like, yo, you drawing, but then I got to see him in real life.
Yeah, crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. I remember. Yeah, definitely was. That was definitely crazy when you said that you met Slick Rick. I'm like, this motherfucker here, bro. I like this man is not gonna let this die. So Slick Rick still #1 on your list.
Cause you can't. You got to take it out of time, like, cause we listen to it and we like, all right, you know, it's not tasteful to us.
Right.
But back in the day, it was, and you know, connected with people in it, and it still lived today. Like it's still like you could. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to go to sleep to a bedtime story. Like that was like my bedtime. That was like somebody's dad reading them a bedtime book. You know, so that was like he did a service to the community. I like Slick Rick because that fits. That's one of my biggest criteria is like doing service to your community.
Okay.
You know?
Is there like, okay, so we talking about, so we know Slick Rick is #1.
Not giving out turkeys.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, like something like at least spiritual. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna do something physical, build an institution. But if you can't do that, do something spiritually. I think it's like.
The thing is good. Yeah, I agree. You know, and like, you know, back to what I was like saying, like, you know, Slick Rick was like #1 on your list at that time. What's your other 4? We go always do people do top 5, so I gotta do top 5 with you. Like that, you wasn't think you get out of that. Like
it's just so tough and it's forever changing. Right now, I'm feeling like Dylon, bro. It's Tyree right now, bro. You know what I mean? Because you know, that's how I feel. But everybody really know who I fuck with. But.
Yeah, you still fuck with Kanye?
Yeah. Well, I got no reason not to.
I know. It was remember those controversial statements, back in the day.
Being a Kanye fan is controversial these days.
Yeah, that's why I was more like saying like, was you still a Kanye fan? But no, that's great and everything. Got your album out. Childhood memories and how it all impacts you to this day. Like from here on out, what do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself going? Like you talk about looking out for people and doing stuff for yourself, putting out albums, making you feel good. And you talk about like people who inspired you when you was young. You here today. Nothing's better than the present. One of the great quotes that I heard. I think it's Kung Fu. I think it was I forgot what movie it was. Can't even fucking think of it. Kung Fu Panda, I think it was. Where it was like when he was like. Nothing's better than the present because today is the present. That kind of wordplay on it.
Facts.
Like, how do you feel now today? Like, you did all that stuff. Remember I saw you brought people together. I congratulate you on that. You are good at that. You are great at bringing people together. So all your accolades, all your many goals you hit. Like, what's next? Like, what could we see from Tyree Izaiah? What could we see from that?
Well, I'm moving in New York, so you can see more of the same. Just in New York, and I hope everyone comes, and I'll come back home too for community events. But for the most part, in New York, just doing the same thing that I was doing home, just bringing people together, getting the best producers I can find, best artists I can find, and putting them in the same room, because that's really the goal. Because that's why, like I said, I don't get mad when shit happens without me, because it's just like that's going to happen. Like if I put a bunch of people in a room, something's going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people, and they won't give me credit for it, but a lot of people that know each other because of me, and it's like, and I look at it and I smile. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, I like that. There's a lot of people that's like, oh, where'd you meet this person? Oh, I met him at Brainwave. You know what I'm saying? Or I met him at, back when I was helping King with Weird and Awful. You know what I mean? And just bringing people together is like always gonna make me smile, and that was like always my favorite thing. Just seeing the community happy and positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I grew up too much seeing the community fucking each other up.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
In certain areas, you definitely do see people just bringing people down like they like the crab trying to get up the joint, and the crab, another crab trying to bring it down. Like it's like the crab myth terminology. So going to New York and stuff like that. I seen that you had changed your name to Tyree Izaiah from Matt Grandpat. What made you want to stop being Matt Grandpat? I know that you're saying like looking forward to the future, but I want to bring you back to the past a little bit. Yeah. Like why there's no Matt Grandpat? What happened with that?
So Matt Grandpat was always just a character. It was, So it's kind of a trilogy that played into that, right? It's like the first album was 30th, recorded at while I was on 30th Street, and that was this whole thing. And then it was Homesick, and that was supposed to be the kid from 30th got abducted. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and then it was Dead Meat, and that was when they pretty much took him up on the jaw and they just chopped him up. Like not chopped him up, but like it's like the shit like where you just kind of like. You got abducted or whatever, and now you come back and people don't believe you, so you're wearing a tinfoil hat and all that. You know what I mean? So that's what Dead Meat kind of was like the ending of a character. It was like, you know what I mean? It was never really like the whole, like who I was all the way. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I ended. But who knows? It could be another Matt Grandpat thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But right now it's just
this Tyree Izaiah, right?
Yeah, because I just I feel more comfortable saying. Somebody said, "Hey, that's Tyree Izaiah." And, "Hey, that's Matt Grandpat." I kind of cringe a little bit with somebody.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's interesting. I was reading this. I think it just wasn't folklore. It was just I think it's just Chinese thing. I forgot what it was, or Japanese. And it was saying, have an alter ego, let that alter ego run your life, and then sooner or later it will become you, right? And I kind of sat there, I thought about it, and that will kind of maybe ask all of the question. It's like, that was your alter ego. If you like it or not, like that probably was. It was alter ego.
For sure.
And now that you decided to merge the two, now it's you. Now it's just Tyree Izaiah. Like it can't be no other person because now how you present yourself is like, you could listen to Matt Grandpap stuff, but you gotta understand that is me today still. Yeah. Matt Grandpap is Tyree Izaiah. It's just, there's no what's in between. Facts. And that's why I think I like the album Smoke so much, because seeing you grow and seeing how you change, and then seeing how you was able to just to be yourself and not allowing an alter ego to be you. Like it's fine with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like we have multiple alter egos. Like J. Cole got one. MF Doom had an alter ego. Even like a lot of people don't know that even Nas had one, but it wasn't literally him. It was just him putting his daughter down as the copyrights and stuff like that. So his daughter can always have money, stuff like that. Little stuff like that.
Mac Miller had two. Mac Miller it was Larry Fisherman, who was the producer. Right. Yeah. But then it was also Tom or Tim or something. Yeah. It was like he pitched his voice up. That's one of his best joints. Yeah, and I gotta listen to that shit.
Right? And that's something that I think that we all need to understand. Is to just to be yourself. Like it's nothing wrong to dip and dive in other aspects of your personality, because it's all you. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think we should master being ourselves, and I think like you're mastering that.
Because I got anxiety bad, right? So I'll be like. I be freaking the fuck out sometimes. Like, I can't die today as Matt Grandpat. I don't
know why you thought of that, but like, true. I feel
that,
like,
but I be like, that wasn't me. Like, I'm a pass as something that I wasn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's wild. Like to really get, you think about that shit. You like, all right, let me make some adjustments to my life. That's kind of. That's all the name change really was. Is just like feeling more comfortable with myself, because it's about me. It's not about them. Like, so even when I was like, damn, I'm gonna lose all my Spotify listeners, all my shit if I change my name. I don't got access to my Spotify artist account because the metadata is all screwed up. You know what I'm saying? So it feels worth it though. Like, cause I see. So mainly I'm using Bandcamp. I feel like I'm getting the most growth right now on that platform that I had on anything in my whole entire life, like our career as making music, where. I'm making my own emails and stuff like that, getting my own connections. You know what I mean? So I've been getting support from people who, you know, do a lot of work with Bandcamp, and so it just makes me happy because now I got my friends. You know what I mean? Like if my friends got a good project that I really believe in, I can share that with them. You know what I mean? So I think it's awesome. Like this is another way I can help people again and keep the music growing and getting better. Because my main goal is like I never like be wanting to like flex on nobody or I just always want to be in a position to make the best art I can. And sometimes you gotta flex on niggas to make the best art you can, be in that position. You know what I mean? And you know, so
I mean, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's why fake humble? You know what I'm saying? Like that's something like why should I be fake humble just to please you? Like that's not fair to you. And I don't think that's fair to anyone that's out there that's actually making, you know, major accolades for themselves.
See, but I'm generally humble though. That's the crazy part. I was raised to be humble.
But
I feel like my not having a man in the house kind of takes that idea on overdrive to the point you can't stand up for yourself either.
Yeah. No,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it's just like, you kind of like, oh, humble. You raised to be humble. But then it's like, I heard a Kanye quote, when niggas don't treat you, if you not treat me how I no, what he said? He said some shit like, if you hang around people who don't treat you like who you are, you'll forget to know who you are.
True.
So if I'm hanging out with niggas that's I'm hanging out with you and you're not sharing my tape, you're not hype about it, you're not, I can't be in that circle.
No facts. No
like,
facts.
You know
No,
what I mean?
And that's what it's so funny because you say that because like Kendrick said the same thing. It's like why fake humble because you're insecure. Why should I be fake humble because you're insecure? That ain't fair to you.
Yeah.
And I think like not having a dad around or a man around, can have that effect. But I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna say it doesn't matter for myself. I can't just speak on your behalf because I had a father figure around. My grandfather around and my grandmother was around. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you that, it's be humble. Like don't let nobody fuck with you, but be humble. Like you got everything, be humble what you got, but don't let someone fuck you. You just like, so can I like go out and like flex this shit? Like or should I just
But it's like certain shit natural too though. Like and you'll see this when you hang around basketball players. Like the ones who really nice, they don't even gotta be like, yeah, no. They not even lie. They just look at you a certain way. And you be like, damn, why this nigga look at me? Like he know like somebody dunk on you, just look at you and walk away. Yeah. That's worse than anything you can say to me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I think that's kind of the attitude I got now. It was like LeBron face after homie was talking all that shit. You see how psycho he looked?
He was like
that.
You gave him that look like like it's a look like you kind of just like damn.
Nah, he looked like a maniac.
Yeah, like the person who's looking like receiving the look like damn I fucked up because like you did like you did fuck
he did.
Up.
Yeah, and
that's like, true. Yeah. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Basketball big John in my life though.
Basketball
as far as work ethic and adversity goes, getting over adversity. Because when I see Ja Morant dunk on someone, I don't see Ja Morant dunking on a person. I see him dunking over all the obstacles he ever had in his life. He don't even see them as people.
Right, yeah.
You somebody stopping me from getting the chip. You not whatever your name on back of that jersey.
Sure.
You just somebody that's in my way that, I had to take care of real quick. It's nothing personal. It's just the fact that he has a goal in the way of it. And I think that's what I love the most about basketball specifically, is that it's just like you see it in their eyes. Like it's not even personal. It's just like you get the motherfucker. What's the short nigga that always talk shit on everybody? The light skinned motherfucker.
Devin Brooks.
He'd be like, nah, Stephen A. Smith or whatever.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith. He'd just be talking mad shit.
Yeah.
They thinking of that nigga. They not thinking of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Stephen A. Smith is like, he like the basketball players too. Like, ain't nothing personal. That's what it is. They get
it's his job.
Yeah, it's his job. They're tackling on like obstacles now. Like, what is the obstacle that was in your way where you had to like windmill on somebody or like put them between your legs, something like that? Like, what was the obstacle where you had to like show somebody like, this is me, this is mine, and like you can't take it from me if you even try.
I think just releasing music as much, I looked at my Bandcamp, I did 7 releases this year. Just doing those releases, even if nobody hear it just feels like that. It's just like, because they see it, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro, even when somebody don't buy your shit, don't listen to your shit, they saw that you put it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, even just that is enough for me. I don't need to have a bunch of money and a bunch of this because if I don't live in that type of arena, because I look at it like, even if you have more something to me. You could, you know, be cooler than me, dress better, whatever. Even that, like, if you don't have enough time to do what you love, I'm winning. It's only people like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't like to compare it like that, but like, yeah, like if people they just sitting around, you get off work, just play 2K all day, and you can be as cool as you want to be when you come outside. You don't bother me because you know there's nothing in your life that you chasing. You like comfortable and you just sitting here. And I know as Americans, bro, we all like you know what I mean? Like we kind of operating like it's you ever work at Amazon? Like where you fucking
I never work at Amazon,
they got a tracker. Yeah. They got a tracker, and if you late, they like you look around and they be a manager right there. They be like, so is everything okay? Like, is something going on? And you just be like, damn, them motherfuckers follow. And it's like a software. That's what Jeff Bezos is so rich for. He created a software more so than the building. The software existed before the building.
True.
So you got this software, and the people are just a piece of it, of the software. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like that's how we are living here.
So like, music dropping all year round, and you know you're a rapper for what we know. Not saying that that's not who you are, because you could venture in any type of other genre at this moment. Mm-hmm. Is there any other genres you think about jumping into now? Like since you got dropped 7 times this year. Was this your 4th album, right? 4th album, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's. Wait, let me see. 30, Homesick. Well, let's just do ones that's on streaming. Homesick, 95. Yeah.
The 4th album, right? Yeah, the 4th album. You know, put out a nice, I say a beautiful one. You know what I'm saying? It's very. Yeah. It hits home because it do. If people when people do listen to it. So now you're a rapper. Are you going to venture off and be something else, or?
I was just talking to the homie and Maya. I'm thinking about starting like a group, like the Fugees, but new. We missing that. You know what I'm saying? Like just something where it's just like, you got a rapper, producer, find a nice engineer, 2 singers. You know what I'm saying? Make some neo soul shit. Yeah. That's kind of. So neo soul, in short. Okay. I love neo soul because it don't feel no different. Neo soul and house. They don't feel different from what I'm doing. Like producing house and producing neo soul is the exact thing that I already do.
Right.
It's just like a different tempo.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's literally the same process. Like, so that's kind of.
So listening. What's the question I had earlier? But I think we tracked off a bit. When I was listening to the album, I kind of got Earl Sweatshirt vibes, even though that's not the vibe you was going for. And I didn't want
he inspired.
That's what I was saying. Like I was getting into that. I didn't want to make it like, oh, was this an Earl Sweatshirt?
Mix wise, he inspired.
Mix. That's what I was saying. Yeah. I heard because Earl Sweatshirt is good for that. Mixing like crazy just sounds and just rapping raw, not caring how it sounds. And I was going to ask you, like, was a lot of that from him? Was that?
Yeah, he showed me you could do it. Yeah, he showed me you could do it. Him and MF Doom. Yeah, I think MF Doom showed everybody that you can just kind of like do some shit in your room and just drop it. But Earl doing it in a contemporary time was a big inspiration. Okay. Because it was like, okay, And Tyler did it too with Cherry Bomb.
Oh yeah, of course.
That mix was terrible.
It was trash. Like, it wasn't even like.
But it's fun. But all that matters, I bet you had the most fun doing that album.
No, of course. But then, like, he says it, though. He said, like, when he dropped Igor, he going back to his rap shit. And now look what we got from that. We got Call Me Get Lost. We got the Deluxe. He did all these fucking features.
Because I feel like he got the best reception, like, from the later albums. Like Cherry, Call Me If You Get Lost, Igor, and the one before that.
Well, Flower Boy?
Flower Boy.
Yeah.
I feel like he got the best reception for those. But I don't know the nigga, but I own the Cherry Bomb documentary, and I think he had the most fun recording the Cherry Bomb, though.
Yeah.
Even though that didn't get him the best reception, and it probably makes him cringe, but I feel like he had the most fun doing it.
Okay.
And so, as far as engineering and mix-wise, I did look into Earl, and I looked at Tyler, and I looked at MF Doom, and I looked at all the guys that just kind of like has those raw, grimy vocals. Not too much going on with the production. I just kind of lean towards that a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I like music that's like that. Just raw, clear cut, just get to the point. Because they don't really, music's not like that right now. Not all music is. I'm okay. I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I like a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You know, but everybody do. But not everyone likes a little bit of how everything goes. But as time go on, I want to make sure that, you know, we gonna continue listening to you and making sure everything about you is who you are, what you do.
Right.
Is there anything else you would like to express or tell us, you know, about you going away to New York, you know, trying to bring communities together, or anything else that you'd like to share? Because, you know, this is your story that you're writing, and we're just a part of it. So, anything else?
Nah, bro, like it's everybody's story. You know what I mean? So, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm just going out there to just kind of like keep going. I didn't really want to move though, because I like to stay close to my mom. But I hope I can make enough money to like do something where I can move her somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the goal. Like I really rather not leave. My little cousins was sad. Like they was kind of tight. Like, but I told them, you got any money for me? You know, and then it's like, well, I'm gonna go get some money, then I'll come back. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I look at it.
Well, you know, thank you for allowing me to interview you. Highly do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you know, nice hearing about you and what you got going on. You know, we broke. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow.
I mean,
you know, probably play some pool. But you know, thank you. You know, we appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot.
Appreciate that.
I'm glad to know that you're doing well and you got stuff coming along for yourself. I love the album. We'll probably listen to it while we play some pool or whatever like that, just so I can get another listen. I listened to it like 3 times, just so you know.
Oh no,
listen. It was a few times I listened to it.
What you live on? Apple Music or you got Spotify?
Tidal. I got
Tidal.
Yeah.
Tidal. Ooh, I like that platform.
Every time I get to Poconos, I get at a standstill because I'll be like, this song by itself is just fire. And I'll be like, once I go to the second track, I'm like, nah, I gotta go back. But I'm like, let me finish listening to it. Yeah.
You know, Tidal paid me the most, so I appreciate you. Because Tidal paid good, bro.
Yeah, hey man, listen, whatever gets to the money, right? But thank you, appreciate you, man, and you know, wish you well on everything you got going on, and all future endeavors, man.
All right, man. Take care. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.